The Celtic Forever podcast is a zero advert and zero profit channel. The channel also includes Celtic highlights and player interviews, so join the uninterrupted fun and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.
Hi everybody, a warm welcome to the Celtic Forever podcast. I am Xander, but John with me here to go through the total turmoil at Tynecastle on Sunday. We'll go through the game, we'll pick it out wee bit by bit. We'll also do the Falkirk preview as well on Wednesday night. We'll do a 2-1 today. Quick mention of the competition before we bring in John. If you want your guess in for the Falkirk game, the correct score league competition on your right hand side there, get your guess in just now. For the Falkirk game, one guess each into the comments. Good luck everybody with that. Nobody got the Hearts game right either. No surprise there, Johnny.
No. We kind of half expected something like that to happen. The way Celtic are right enough, but you try and put that at the back of your mind.
Very difficult to put it to the back of your mind, especially when it's everywhere, John. You've got Hearts actually celebrating winning the league. They've no, the club, by the way, the club were okay, but their supporters, they've actually celebrated winning the league. I don't know if you saw it, the post-match celebrations, John, absolutely pathetic. Their supporters, pathetic. Still 29 games to go, and they've celebrated like they've just won the league. And Sky Sports weren't any better, John, with their 13-minute, I counted the minutes, a full 13-minute camera display on their new owner, John. Taking signatures, handshakes, cuddles, selfies. It was absolutely pathetic, John, because they beat Celtic in a game. Let's face it, that's all it was. It was a 90-minute game. They beat Celtic in 90 minutes and they're celebrating. And the press are just the same, John. They're also very happy with Hearts winning. Everybody's very happy with Hearts winning, except, of course, the Celtic fans, John. Because as I said at the very top there, John, total turmoil at Celtic just now. We're going to get into that. But what's your feelings just now, John, as regards to that very poor display on Sunday? Callum McGregor, only one that really gets the pass marks. He's trying to get the team driving, but everybody else round the bit, John, just didn't look interested to me.
Look, by the way, you can't go celebrating winning a league at the start of the season. There's still practically a full season to go. Look, Hearts deserved their win. Can I take it away from Hearts? Nothing to do with the players on the park. They deserved their win. I know they were a bit over-exuberant in their celebrations, but well, it has to be expected. You've beat the best team in the country, albeit thoroughly depleted Celtic. You've got to remember, that's more or less a Celtic reserve team they're playing. But you can understand them getting happy about it, the overreaction to beating Celtic. But like, Celtic handed them on a plate, Xander. I mean, if you were looking for my reaction to that game, it's a case of Celtic basically handing Hearts a victory. Basically, Celtic players couldn't pass. They were passing it straight to Hearts players constantly, kicking it straight out the park again and again and again, like they have been doing. I don't know where that's coming from, just kicking it straight out the park. Rio Hatate had a great chance to fizz the ball low into the box, inside the 18-yard box, about on the angle, about 12 yards out, and batters it right out the park. I mean, that's the kind of performance we've seen the whole day from Celtic, just kicking it straight out the park. An own goal, a penalty. They had basically handed them a victory for free. Celtic assisted them in absolutely everything. They didn't have to work for that.
No, and to add to that, John, Hearts didn't make any mistakes in the game. As you said there, Celtic is a mistake every minute. Every minute we had the ball, we made a mistake. Passes that were too short, passes going out the park, crosses gone right out the park, passes not finding their targets. It was pretty poor, John, really poor. Just no Celtic at all just now. That brings us nicely on to Brendan Rodgers, John. Obviously, the comment sections everywhere are wanting Celtic supporters are wanting Brendan Rodgers out. Well, I'd say about 80% of the Celtic supporters are wanting Brendan Rodgers out, John. I don't know what's happening here. I mean, you don't want to go in too heavy because there is still 29 games to go, but the first eight or 9 games in this league campaign, John, has been absolutely dreadful. Even when we were winning the games, the performances were not up to Celtic standard, and it's just getting worse and worse, John. So for me, the next 2 games are now must wins. Falkirk, 3 points, that's a must. Yeah, that goes without saying. But the Glasgow Derby, John, at Hampden next Sunday, that is now also a must win. He's got to win the next 2.
Well, I've got to win every game when you're a Celtic manager, of course. It's tough right now. I don't know what's happening there. I don't think it's to do with Celtic players missing, injuries. The big injury list, all key players are injured, basically, more or less. Yeah. I don't know if that's something to do with it. I don't think so. Performances have been poor all season, to be honest with you. But look, both games coming up, must-win games, of course. Rangers fans, they've had a big lift after beating Kilmarnock, and I've seen them on the comments laughing at Celtic. How can they laugh at anybody? No one will here to talk about them, but why are their fans on Celtic videos laughing at Celtic? Look at the state of your own club before you go having a laugh at Celtic. You're sitting, how many points are they behind Hearts?
14 points behind Hearts, I'm sure it is, John, because we're now 8 points and we're 6 ahead of them. So, 14 points behind Hearts. Sitting rock bottom of the Europa League, rock bottom, 36th place. Worst team in Champions League history. The list goes on and on and on. Queen's Park, blah, blah, blah. What do you call them? Bran, sorry. Yeah, Minnows getting beat by Minnows 3-0. Yeah, the list goes on and on and on. But that's just them all over the back, John. But let's do a quick player watch, then Celtic player watch for the Hearts game. Let's go. We'll not do what we usually do and give 1 to 10 individual scores, anything like that, John, because we know that every single player apart from Callum was absolutely dreadful. Another 3 goals conceded for Kasper Schmeichel as well. Where is this guy when you need him the most? But let's go through an individual player watch, John. We'll have a wee quick player watch. Players of concern for us. Right away, we start with Arnie Engels. I know he's getting a hard time just now. Wasn't the only bad player on the park, we understand that. But John, this is an £11 million midfielder we have signed, John, and he's just not doing it. He's cost more than the entire Hearts team. We definitely need to get more out of Arnie Engels or drop him altogether.
Get rid of him. I've said it time and time again. They had a half-decent game against Sturmgratz. But when I say half-decent, I think I gave him a 6 out of 10 or something like that. I can't remember what I gave him in the score markings. But he was half-decent in that game. Maybe I just say that because we won, I don't know. But he's terrible. He can take a corner kick, and that's about all he offers me. That's all I've ever seen from Arnie Engels. He can take a penalty and a corner kick, and he offers, for me anyway, personally, I'm sure a lot of Celtic fans agree, some might disagree, he offers absolutely nothing. It's time to get rid of him, Xander.
Yeah, he's a full season last season and nothing this season, absolutely nothing from him this season. I don't think he's scored this season yet, has he? So that's your attacking midfielder, no goals. Big Dane Murray, John, I feel so sorry for Big Dane Murray. I mean, he's to blame for every single goal. Pulls his leg away for the third one, causes a penalty for the second one, and clearly the own goal for the first one, John. So it's a very tough one, the young lad. I put it down to Brendan Rodgers, John. You've got Trusty on the bench there. Why not start with the experience? But no, he puts Big Dane Murray in there, and I just feel so sorry for the boy.
Oh, look, it's a big pressure game, a massive, massive game. But you should be going with your experienced big Austin Trusty, a USA internationalist. And he was looking good at the start of the season. But he decides to go with an experienced youngster in a massive game. And look at the result. 3-1, Dane Murray. I don't want to single the boy out. I think he's a cracking young defender, but to put him in a pressure cooker game like that, when you've got experience on the bench, that's bad managerial. There's Xander for me, and Dane Murray. I'm the same as you. I can only feel sorry for the boy. He tries his best, and he was very unfortunate, and he looked like a nervous wreck, to be honest with you. I don't think it's the type of game you should be putting a young, inexperienced centre-half into.
Yeah, I was crying out for him to get took off before the end of the first half, John. But no, the manager stuck with him. Okay, I suppose it's a learning curve for him personally, but we'll move on. Johnny Kenny, up front, he's not the answer for me. Clearly not the answer. He tries and battles and puts in his best effort, and fair play to the boy, but we need experience up there, John. I know we've not got anything just now because of the injury situation, but if that's the best we've got, then we're in some serious trouble, I think.
Aye, the Wayne Biggins of the modern day, as I texted to you yesterday. Strikers that don't strike, there is not a market for them, Xander.
Definitely no market at Celtic for them, that's for sure. Maybe he could be sent out on loan to a Falkirk or a St Mirren, somewhere where he'll maybe do a bit better. But at Celtic, John, he's got to find the net. He's really got to find the net, especially with the chances he's getting, and he's fluffing his chances the last few games. So, but that's him, John. He's just a young lad. He's just a young lad as well.
But you've got to remember, Xander, it's all we've got. I know we've got Shin Yamada who came on, but I'm not having a go at the young guy. But he's no striking the net. He was good. I thought he was cracking against Dumgratz without hitting the net. He missed a lot of easy chances as well there. But we don't need strikers that can't find the net. Shin Yamada's on the bench. We don't know really that much about him. But I think he should have started with Shin Yamada and given the young man a rest, because he just played 90 minutes against Dumgratz, which he played well in, to be honest with you. Without hitting the net, he played well in it. But I just don't think I think I said it before. This far, anyway, he's not looking like the level of striker that Celtic need. We need a higher level there.
Yeah, definitely higher level. And we'll go into the striker situation in the Falkirk game in about 5 minutes. But we'll continue with this for the time being. Rio Hatate, John, you've already did a quick mention of Rio. What has happened to Rio Hatate? Is he missing his wee pal Dyson Maida possibly? Good link-up play with Dyson and Rio weren't there, so maybe they're missing each other there. But, for goodness sake, the last few games he's been absolutely dreadful. Dundee last weekend, Hearts on Sunday there, John, absolutely dreadful. He needs to pick himself up, John, and start being the player that we know that he can be.
He's a cracking player, Rio Hatate. But all this season, all he's done is frustrate me. And I'm thinking every time I watch him, you need to take him off, because he's doing nothing. His weight of pass is terrible. He's still got cracking skill, and he can still find a good pass, but he isn't even half the player that he used to be, Rio Hatate, right now. And that was the most frustrating thing about that game against Hearts, was that moment inside the box, 12 yards at the angle. He could have had a shot. He could have fizzed it across the box. There's probably 15 players in that area, and he decides to go for the chip to the back post and kicks it right out the park. I mean, he's put it about 30 feet high. I don't know any players that's 30 feet tall in Celtic, so I don't know what he's thinking about.
Yeah. There's nobody at 30 feet at all, not that I know of. But the one that stuck out for me with Rio was the first 5 minutes when we gave the ball away, and that's when Hart started attacking us. That's what brought them into the game, John. We were passing the ball about nicely, nice and sweetly, looking good in the first 5 minutes. And then Rio just passes the ball straight and direct to a maroon shirt, John, and that's when they came into the game. So, and that eventually led to the first goal as well. So, John, he's sold the jerseys there for me. You can't do that, John. You can't be up the final third of the park and pass the ball straight to a Hearts player for them to counter-attack on us, and that's where the downfall started for me. Nygren, what a sitter. What a miss to make it 2-1 to Celtic. At that point, you're just looking for that net to bulge, and I don't know where the goalkeeper pulls that save out from, but I don't blame the goalkeeper for saying it, John. It's just a pathetic effort at trying to score a goal for me. Just blast it into the net. We're 2-1 up, and he decides to do the fancy stuff and try to chip it over the keeper. That was never on, was it?
No, I mean, it's a dead cert goal. And at that moment, I'm off my seat. It's like, here we go, 2-1. And he does the most ridiculous thing you'll ever see any striker doing from 4 yards, 5 yards out, or whatever it was. he tries to lob the keeper when he's on the deck and gets it terribly wrong. I don't know, he's tried to chip it and it's no worked it. Smash it, like you say, Xander. Smash that into the net. As hard as you can hit that ball, smash it right into the net. It's a pressured game. What are you trying to be fancy for? Smash that thing right into the net. And look, we can go on and on and on about it. He did the wrong thing and the goalkeeper just sticks his hand up. It's not like he chipped it away from the keeper, right at him. The goalkeeper just sticks his arm up. That's how low, pathetic, Xander. I mean, I was expecting more from a player like him. Terrible game, 90 minutes of sheer hell watching him. He did nothing apart from miss a sitter. It's the only thing that stood out was him missing a sitter. That's how bad he was. And bad. I mean, I hate picking on players, but I'm thinking the same thing as every Celtic fan at that point. Smash it. Nah, that's bad, Xander. That's really, really poor.
Yeah, that was a signal, that one. As soon as he missed that opportunity, John, that was it. I knew it just wasn't going to be a day. And sure enough, they break up the park, score again, and then score again, and blah, blah, blah. We know what happened after that. Hearts went 8 points clear, didn't they? So a lot of catching up to do now, John. We thought 5 points was bad. Now it's 8 points. It's getting to the territory where any more slip-ups, it's looking very, very difficult for us to turn that back around. Quick word on the referee, John. We can't even mention the referee because Hearts beat us, so it sounds like sour grapes. But if Celtic would have won the game, I would have brought it up, John. But a quick mention of it anyway. A diabolical performance from McLean, John. And absolutely, what can you do about players just falling on the ground and free kicks getting given and then Celtic players getting smashed and nothing given? It was happening the full first 20 odd minutes until Hearts got their 2 goals, John. And then after that, the game's finished anyway. But another shocker for the referee.
What is it? The referee's the least of our worries, isn't it? But we can talk about it. It was another poor performance. There was a moment Celtic were breaking up the park and he pulls it back for the free kick or whatever it was. Instead of just letting play go on, he pulls it back. Things like that, you know what I mean? I'm not saying Celtic would have scored from it, but we don't know. It's a break. And Celtic players are ready to fly at that park with all the Hearts players in the attacking Celtic box. It's a good chance for Celtic to counter and score a goal, and he pulls it back. The other things like players falling and getting free kicks for it. Look, that happens every week with Celtic. We see it every single week. Win, lose or draw. I've always got something to say about the officiating in this country when it comes to Celtic. It's the worst I've ever seen, unless you're talking about the Champions League.
Yeah, it's poor. It's very poor. As you said, we'll maybe worry about the referees, I suppose. You're bang on. Just a wee quick word on Hearts player Braga, John. A wee quick word on him. And fair play to him because he consoled Dane Murray, John, for his errors in the game. Obviously, the big man was a bit upset, and Braga's got up and cuddling him and a wee slap in the face and that to try and pick him up. So fair play to Hearts player Braga. Don't know if you've seen that or no, John, but he went on to the big man and just sort of tried to pick him up a wee bit. So fair play to him. Right, John?
Well, that tells you all you need to know. They targeted Celtic with long balls all day yesterday, by the way. Just because they knew it was an inexperienced backline with young Donovan and Dane Murray. So they punted long balls all day up there. And they got, look, fair play to Hearts. They got what they were looking for. We can't say anything bad about Hearts. They played their game and they did it well. It was constant long balls, corner kicks, throw-ins, long throw-ins, free kicks. And they threw that at the Celtic defence all day and we failed to cope with it.
Yeah, that's it. Bang on, John. But what we can say about Hearts is their supporters with their child abuse songs. We can be them without them, John, to be honest with you. No apology from Sky Sports yet again for the vile songs coming from the stands. But anyway, John, we'll move on. Let's get to the Falkirk game, John. Let's get into the preview of the Falkirk game on Wednesday night. It's a 2-1 because I'm busy on Wednesday, John. Unfortunately, I've got so many things to do on Wednesday night. We won't have the time to come on Wednesday. So the next podcast for us will be Friday. So I've not even got the time. I've not even had the time, John, to catch up on our predictors, see how many we've got right or anything like that. We'll do all that on Friday as well. wee bit of catching up to do, yeah, but it's just because we're so busy just now, and there's so many games as well, John, as well. So there's a lot of going on just now. But let's get into the Falkirk game anyway. Let's get into the preview of Falkirk then, John. Falkirk, they're playing well. John McGlynn's got them playing really well. Won the last two, doing well in the league. I think they're sitting 9th or 10th in the league. So they're 9th or 10th, John, but they're well clear of the relegation zone in points because of how many points they've gathered so far this season. So, yeah, he's got them playing well. He's going to bring Falkirk to Celtic Park on Wednesday night, John, and they'll have one thing in their mind, and that's to win that game.
Well, look, every team right now playing against Celtic will smell blood. They'll go for Celtic. They'll definitely go for it. They'll do the same as what Hearts done. They'll punt long balls up and test that defence. That's exactly what's going to happen. And that kind of leads me to Brendan Rodgers' defensive choices. Like Dane Murray shouldn't have started in a big game like that. Donovan, I don't think, should have started in a game like that. Good player that he is. I'd have rather have put Sriracha at right back or something like that. And Austin Trusty. I just think Rodgers' team selections were terrible, to be honest with you, against Hearts. But Falkirk will smell blood, Xander. They'll fancy their chances in this one.
Yeah, and why not? Why not, John? We're going in a very rapid downward spiral here, John. I know we're still in second place just now, but another defeat, John, and a win for the team below us, then I think they jump above it, and I think that's Hibs, isn't it? So, Hibs beat Rangers and we lose to Falkirk. There's big problems there, John, but that's all guessing and assuming, Celtic could easily turn up Celtic Park on Wednesday night and put in a great performance. But we're looking for something to kick us on, John. There's no spark. There's nothing there to kick Celtic on at all. We got the game in the Europa League against Sturm Graz, John. We got that 2-1 win. And we thought that was going to be the catalyst to spark everything off and up and running again. And then we go to Tynecastle, like you say, John. We get that 3-1 loss with a team full of injured players, John. A team, we couldn't pick a full team. Had to play young boys. But in saying that, John, he could have picked a stronger team because, as you say, they had Sriracha on the bench, you had Trusty on the bench, had various different options as well for us. A lot of experience there, and they went with young kids. So he can't make that mistake again, John. He's got to go in against Falkirk with the most experienced team he's got available to him.
Look, the players are under pressure now. They now know that the Celtic fans have got a sour taste in their mouth now when they're watching Celtic. The performances are bad. The team selections are bad. And from a guy that's as experienced as Brendan Rodgers, that's poor management, Sander. I don't care what anybody says. That is poor management.
It's very poor, John. I don't know what's happening with Brendan just now. It's as if his mind's elsewhere. Either that, John, the players just aren't playing for him. It's one of the two. It could be a combination of both. But it needs sorted, and it needs sorted very quickly if we have any chance of winning this league. I mean, the Hearts fans, players, management team, everything involved with Hearts, John, they must be thinking they've got a great chance of winning this title this year, with Rangers being so poor. Now Celtic being so poor as well, John. It's no case of this is a wee bad phase in the season, then we'll pick things up. It looks as though the players, I said that last week, John, it looks as though the players have down tools.
It does to me. I know they try their hardest, but you've got to remember they're following instructions from Brendan Rodgers to play that way. The style of play is bad right now. It's far too slow and sideways and backwards constantly. It's really poor. Something's got to change. You've got to maybe even try and change the formation or something like that and just impose a completely different style of play on that team, because every team can read what's coming. It's far too predictable. And from an experienced manager like Brendan Rodgers, that's poor. You've got to change something. You can't play that way every week when teams that you're playing against know exactly what to expect. It's too predictable. And if that continues for another 29 games throughout the season, Celtic have no chance of winning the league playing like that, because the teams know them too well now.
Yeah, as I say, January might be coming too late, John. It might be too late come January, but we're hoping that something clicks and something sparks and we can get back to the Celtic we all love to watch, John. We want that Celtic back as soon as possible, starting Falkirk on Wednesday night. All right, John, as I said earlier, they're 10th in the league. We do have players out, obviously. We've got Vickers out, Johnston out, Jota out. But there is news or rumours that Dyson Maida and Iniacho could possibly return for this one, John. Let's hope that they are fit and ready for this one.
Well, we can only hope, but the style of play still won't change. It'll still be the same left, right, back. Try to stretch teams. It's absolutely boring to watch as well, by the way. I'm sure every Celtic fan will agree with that. It blows you rigid watching it. And teams just camp in and let Celtic play about it, left, right, backwards. And then they come.
Sorry, John, you think back to the season where Henrik Larsson broke his leg, right? We were playing brilliant up to that point, top of the league. We were beating everybody. Larsson broke his leg, and then we just totally fell away. I'm getting similar vibes here with Dyson Maida. Every game Dyson played this season, we won. We played well, or we drew with Rangers, things like that. But we didn't lose many games with Dyson in the team. Now we've lost them for 3 games, John, and that's 2 league defeats. So I'm hoping that if Dyson Maida is fit, John, if he is ready or even close to being fit, boost the players round about him, John. It boosts the club a wee bit, and we can get Dyson back in the team and scoring goals, John, because he's a goal scorer as well. You've got to remember.
Aye, I mean, maybe give the players a wee lift. I mean, you've got somebody like that who gives you the work of 2 players, so it might give the team a wee lift if he's back. Of course, look, in the actual, he was unfortunate against Doomgratz, went off after 2 minutes or something. Look, it's tough for Celtic right now with the team selection. So that's when you bring the board into it. You know, they never strengthened the squad. And I still say it's down to the lack of trust in Brendan Rodgers' spending abilities. Arnie Engels, I'll say it again, Engels, Trusty and Adam Ida. 27 million quid spent there on 3 players that less than average, shall we say. So far anyway with Trusty, I've not seen much from him, but he looked good at the start of the season. Yeah,
and you also got to bear in mind, John, that the board allowed Ida to go as well, to rake in that cash if we didn't get a replacement. I know we got Iniacho, who's a free agent, right, but we didn't get the signings that we were looking for, so that's another terrible bit of business by the board, to be perfectly honest with you. I was going to say something there about what you were saying as well. It doesn't matter. We'll come back to me. Right, John, let's move on then. Let's look at the players that Falkirk have got out. Nesbitt is out, Cole is out, Donaldson is out, and Ross is out of this one. But they're a decent team, Falkirk. We know they like to attack. They're quite sturdy in defence as well. They get results, John. Falkirk, they do get results and decent results. So they've got a few out anyway, John, of this one. Be quick word on the referees for this one. The referees is Ryan Lee. He's the man in the middle. And Grant Irvin is your man on the VAR. So that's your officials for this one as well, John. So Wednesday night, John, will it be a packed Celtic Park? Will it be a half-empty Celtic Park? Maybe you've got your season ticket holders attending this one, John. We're just hoping there's a good, healthy crowd there.
I can't see it. I think the Celtic fans have had enough of it. I mean, they're watching an imitation version of Celtic right now. And I can't see a full house against Falkirk. There's no way that's going to happen. I think you're probably talking. I mean, I'm not a soothsayer. I don't see into the future or anything like that. But I think I'm expecting a crowd of about maybe 35,000, 40,000 on Wednesday night, Xander. I don't know why I get that feeling. I just do.
Yeah. You could be right, John. Wet, miserable night, etc. Cold, and the team's playing quite poor. But you never know. We'll wait and see. It could be similar to what was there against Dundee for 45,000, wasn't it? All right, John. What I was going to say, by the way, before was as regards to Dyson Maida and Iniacho. If they are fit, John, Brendan might still decide to leave them for the Glasgow Derby on Sunday. But we'll wait and see, John. We'll wait and see. We're going to do a quick line-up prediction anyway, John. We'll just let you do that this week. I'm not even going to go into the Falkirk one. Kind of annoyed with it. I'm fed up. So, yeah, Celtic line-up, John. And I think he's going to go a wee bit more experienced. But what do you think, buddy?
Don't know. Hard to tell. I thought he was going to go with experience against Falkirk. Hearts, sorry.
Yeah.
I got that totally wrong. Well, look, it's time for Sinisalo to step in. I've said it I'm getting sick saying this. Get Kasper Schmeichel out from between the sticks. It's time for Sinisalo to step in. He's a better keeper. Kasper in his day was a better keeper maybe, but these days it's time to get a bit of, somebody you can rely on in there. Somebody, if he's in between the sticks, I feel comfortable when he's playing. So I think it's time for him to step in and give Big Kasper a P45.
Yeah, he's conceding a lot of goals, isn't he? The big man. It's an average in 2 a game just now, and that's average because I know it's 3 against Hearts. I agree with you there, John, about bringing Sinisalo. He's got to give the boys a chance.
Aye, look, defence doesn't help Kasper either, does it? Let's be honest. But anyway, I'm hoping it's Sinisalo. I'm supposed to be predicting a starting lineup, but here I'm sitting. I'm just thinking about what I want to start. I'll tell you what, I'll give you what I want to start, and you tell me what you think Brendan will start with. Sinisalo, who do you think?
No, it'll be Kasper, John, 100%.
Right. I think it'll be Sinisalo this week. I think when the goalkeeper's letting in so much, you've got to make a change under. So I'm going for Sinisalo. Centre halves of Liam Scales and Austin Trusty.
Yep, I agree. Yep, totally agree.
Full-backs, Sriracha will try him on the right and Kieran Tierney on the left.
Tierney on the left for me, and what's the boy's name again?
Donovan.
Ralston. Yeah,
Ralston.
Yeah.
Right. I think you should try Sriracha. A great full-back. Don't know how good he is on the right enough, but he's got to start playing that boy because he adds a lot to the team, I think. Anyway, I agree with you. I think he'll start with Ralston.
Yeah.
Centre of the park, centre 3 of Callum McGregor, Rio Hatate, and Luke McCown.
Yeah, that sounds good to me, John. It'll be Callum for me, Rio, and Nygren.
Right. I hope not.
Forward 3, and it's I think it depends who's fit. This is a difficult one, isn't it? Who's fit? Is Dyson fit? Is any actual fit? If they two are fit, they should start.
Well, if Dyson's fit, Dyson starts. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So what I'm hoping to see is Dyson on the right, where he's at his weakest probably. Maybe it's time for Tenecti to get a rest. I think he's really struggled against Hearts. Still a crack wee player, right enough. No, I'd like to see Tenecti on the left, Dyson on the right, and then the actual through the middle, if they were fit, I mean.
Yeah, I'll go with that as well, John, but I don't think any actual will be quite ready for this. I agree with the Dyson on the right and Tenecti on the left, but it's going to be Shin Yamada up front for me, John. I think it's just a bit too early for any actual.
Do you think Johnny Kenny's dropped? That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he'll be dropped, yeah. He's had a few games, he's fluffing his chances. How many games do you give somebody until they score a goal, John? That's where you've got to look at it, and we're in a desperate situation just now. We can't go on playing players that in the hope that they're going to score a goal. We need players to start taking their chances.
I agree with you. I think Shin Yamada's going to start this one. He just looked better when he came on as well. He was winning the ball. He was holding it up as well. So
yeah, he's physical. He's physical. He is, and he's good in the air, John. You're right.
What I've seen in the time he was on offered a lot more than what Johnny Kenny's ever offered. So he's got to start with him, aye.
Yeah, he's got to start with him. If not, then any actual for me. And then we can bring Kenny on as a sub, and he can get his experience that way, John.
No, definitely.
Right.
I don't think any actual will be ready for this one either, by the way.
No, I think it's too soon. But we'll wait and see. It's just what I'm hearing through the grapevine, as they say. All right, John. Predictor. Let's get into the predictor then. We'll start with the Celtic game. We're only going to do the SPL fixtures, the Premier League fixtures, John, this week, because I've still to look back on the last two, so I've got a wee bit of work to do, so I don't want to give myself too much work to do. So we'll stick. I think you got one right, John. I got two there actually, but I need to double check it, right?
I think I got the Aberdeen game right.
Yeah, did you got the Falkirk game right, John? I think you got that.
I think I got Aberdeen right as well, Xander. I'm sure I picked 2-0 for Hibs. I can't remember. I'll need to check as well, actually. So we'll leave that then.
Yeah, we'll leave it now, John, and I'll double check everything and get back to you with an updated scoreline. It's sitting at, is it 14-6 or something in there, John? Something like that, right? So I'll get an updated score for Friday, John. So we'll do this just now anyway. Be predictor. Let's have a wee look. Okay. Hibs against Rangers, John. Same night we play, same time we play. Every game kicks off at the same time. Hibs versus Rangers.
One each.
Yeah, Rangers picked up a wee bit against Kilmarnock, who are dreadful anyway. And, you know, Hearts beat them the week before. They've been dropping points right, left and centre. Kilmarnock, but I'll say Hibs won at the weekend as well. Nice win for Hibs, wasn't it? So I'm going to go with Hibs win, John. 2-1 to Hibs. Kilmarnock against Aberdeen.
Kilmarnock to bounce back, I think. 2-1 Kilmarnock.
2-1 Kelly. Yeah, Aberdeen. I mean, they're so poor, and he's probably 1 or 2 games away from the sack now. He's had his, you know, his fun and his jollies with winning the Scottish Cup, but that time is over for him. I'll say 1 each, John. Kilmarnock, Aberdeen. Motherwell, Dundee United.
I'll go for a Dundee United one here. I watched the Arabs at the weekend there. They were pretty good. Go for a Dundee United one.
Right.
2-0.
2-0 United. I'll say Motherwell are a good team, and they're quite good at home as well. 2-1.
St Mirren Dundee United beat Xander.
Yeah,
3-1.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Anyway,
2-1 to Motherwell. 2-1 to
Motherwell.
Yeah, okay. And then we're just talking about the John St Mirren there. You know, we're looking for a favour here, aren't we? St Mirren against Hearts on Wednesday night, John. St Mirren, very decent at Love Street or New St Mirren Park, whatever it's called these days. We're hoping Hearts are brought down a wee peg or two.
Well, you just don't know with St Mirren. They're one of the teams, when they play well, they're very hard to beat. They were hard to beat against Dundee United as well, by the way. I thought St Mirren played really well. I know they get a man sent off. It's a tough one to call that. Hearts are flying right now. They'll be full of confidence. I'll go for a Hearts win, 2-0.
1 each for me, John. They'll drop a couple of wee points there at New St Mirren Park. Right, John, that's it for the predictor then. Just the 5 games. Sorry, John?
We've not done the Celtic game yet.
Did we know the scores for the Celtic game, did we know?
You says we'll start with the Celtic and then never did it.
It's because I'm dreading it. Right, okay. Right. You can start then, John. What do you think, buddy? Celtic against Falkirk.
Celtic's going to win this one. Falkirk might smell blood. It might be one of the cagey games. I think it will be a cagey game. I think it'll be close. I think Celtic to win 2-0. Yeah,
3-0 for me. For the champions, John. For the champions, remember that. We're still champions. And we're still a great chance to win the league. I mean, you think about it. We're still to play Hearts. We're still to play Hearts 3 times. So that's 9 points right there. There's so much things that could happen in the league yet, John. Rangers are still to play Hearts. Aberdeen still to play Hearts. You know, the Hibs are still to play them at Easter Road twice. John, anything can happen. We just want Celtic to do what Celtic do best. Get back into form, starting with Falkirk on Wednesday.
Well, Hearts they're not a great team, Sander. They are not a great team. Very, very fortunate against Celtic. I mean, they basically get 3 goals gifted to them. They're not a good team. They're just carrying that wee bit of luck right now. But look, their luck will turn. Your season doesn't go for 38 games carrying that kind of luck. Their luck will turn. And I'm not saying they won't win the league. If anybody's going to win the league out with Celtic, I don't care who wins it, as long as it's no Rangers. But the luck will turn, Andy. You can't go the full season carrying that kind of luck because they aren't a great team.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them a few times now, John. They're carrying a lot of luck, but champions do carry a lot, John. Don't get me wrong. I don't think they'll be champions. I just don't think it's going to happen. The next, I think I listened to Derek McInnes after the game, his interview after the game, John, and he says, look at the table after the first 2 rounds of fixtures. And I agree with that, actually. Let's look at Hearts where they are after 22 games have been played, John, and we'll take it from there. That's the way I look at it.
Aye, well, I'm always looking at it as end of the season when it gets to 30 games. You know, the business end of the season is when the pressure tells on every team who's fighting for the title. That's when the pressure shows, and that's when things can go horribly wrong, Xander. So, for anybody at Hearts thinking they've won the league already, get a grip of yourself. It's the start of the season.
Yeah, the supporters are very immature, very, you can tell they're a club that hardly ever won a trophy, John, with the way they're acting. So, revenge will be very sweet when it comes to them, John, back at Celtic Park. Hopefully we've got our own house in order when that time comes around. And as I keep saying, John, we've got to start somewhere, and it's got to be Falkirk, and then it's Rangers, John. But we'll go into the Rangers. We'll go into the Rangers game a wee bit more on Friday when we do.
Well, the Rangers game's it's a million miles away right now. I mean, I know it's only at the weekend, but it seems a million miles away. But you go back to Hearts and their fans are terrible, by the way. I mean, I'm not just talking about the songs that they sing. How they scream for every single time. Even if a Celtic player takes the ball off of a Hearts player, they all scream, every single one of them. Oh, come on, that's a free kick. They want everything. I don't think they know anything about the game of football, to be honest with you. They scream for absolutely everything like we 5-year-old wins. And see, when they come to Celtic Park, I want the Celtic fans to act like that and put them under massive pressure and show them what the Celtic fans like. Because when we play Hearts traditionally at Celtic Park, there's a dull atmosphere. And it's time for Celtic fans to hot up the atmosphere when it comes to garbage like that.
Yeah, and you can blame the referee for that, John, because he falls for it every time. They scream for throw-ins, they scream for corner kicks, they scream for free kicks, they scream for the slightest wee thing. Yeah, and it's every single one of them. But the referee's got to be stronger there, John. He's got to be stronger. And he is just not strong, McLean, is he? He's just not a strong referee. He gave them absolutely everything that they were asking for and screaming for, John. But that's it. That's just, they're going to do that every time any team goes to Tynecastle, not just Celtic. Right, John, we've got a day there. That's enough. That's over 40 minutes. So it's Falkirk. We quick sum up for you, John. Falkirk Wednesday night. It's one of the games because the team's playing so bad. You're sort of dreading it yourself. But Celtic could surprise us all and click things into gear come Wednesday night, John. And that's what we're looking for. Things to start clicking into gear.
Aye, well, change the team, change the tactics. The tactics have got to change, I think. I think this passing sideways, try to stretch teams doesn't work. I think it's time for Celtic to be a bit more direct, a few longer balls, a few more direct runs, try and terrify players with the skillful players that we've got. Maybe sit back a wee bit, invite teams on us and counter them. Something's got to change, but this possession game is starting to bore me rigid, and we're not getting anything from it now because teams know exactly how we are going to play. So, Brendan, if you're listening to this, which I doubt very much, you need to change stuff and you need to change it now. Your tactics have got to change and your team selection's got to change.
Yeah, as I said earlier, John, January can't come quick enough. Just to be quick one before we call it a day, John. A lot of Celtic fans asking for Ange Postecoglou. What do you think?
Well, I really don't want to comment on that right now. I think I'll leave that until maybe after the weekend. It's a tough one to call right now. Brendan, you've got to remember, he's won us a lot of titles. His first stint in charge, and then he's won us the last 2 titles. A couple of doubles thrown in. He just looks disinterested to me. And if he is disinterested, I'll say that much. If he is disinterested, I think he should walk before he drags the club further down.
Okay, right, John. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it? It's a bit of a mess. But we're Celtic, and we're Celtic champions for a reason, John. We are the champions for a reason. We're not just going to lie back and just watch the club fall away like that. I'm sure Brendan's got something up his sleeve. Right, John, let's call it a day then. Good luck to Celtic on Wednesday night. Good luck to the champions. 3 points a must, an absolute must. Hope everybody goes along to Celtic Park, enjoys their night. Just be safe, get home nice and safe. So like kick-off, quarter to kick-off. And we'll catch you on Friday, John. No podcast this Wednesday. Back on Friday, John. We'll see you on Friday, buddy.
See you Friday, Xander. Hail.
Right, John. Thank you. See you later, buddy.
The Celtic Forever podcast is a zero advert and zero profit channel. The channel also includes Celtic highlights and player interviews, so join the uninterrupted fun and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.